Okay, so the Army is scared of fitness, and Eric's going to tell you why.
It's a sad day. It's a sad few weeks. The Senate in particular is trying to nix the ACFT. It's been going on for a few weeks now. Both Congress on the Senate side and the House side have introduced bills to get rid of the ACFT. The ACFT is the new Army fitness, combat fitness test. It was rolled out in October. The Army spent just almost $100 million fielding equipment alone, not to mention all the manpower and everything that went into the 2 years of developing it, testing it, and actually rolling it out. And the Senate wants to go back to the APFT. It is
it because
insane.
Now the Army failing all of its fitness, is it because y'all are never good at it?
You know what it is?
Go ahead, tell me.
It's the fact that no one in Congress, the majority of people in the Senate, have no idea about fitness or the military.
So they're just giving up on it.
They are. They're just giving up on it. That's the way I see it, right? Like, we have a really comprehensive test. It's got everything from deadlifts to measure strength. It's got a 2-mile run, aerobic endurance. There's a ton of different anaerobic movements in there, from sled drags to ball throws, right?
Yeah.
It is a good test.
Yeah.
And they're using all kinds of little data points of, like, people are getting hurt more. Well, no shit. Of course people are going to get hurt more doing deadlifts than they are going to be doing push-ups.
Yeah.
And it's going to be an easier tie-in than someone doing sit-ups, which are horrible for you, right? Like, sit-ups suck.
Why are sit-ups horrible for you?
Because your spine is supposed to be stabilized. All the muscles in your core and your trunk.
That's not what the fitness industry's been telling us for years.
Well, they're lying. Your core and your trunk are supposed to stabilize your spine. That is exactly what you're supposed to do, right?
Trunk?
And so by doing this repeatedly,
I love a good trunk. What?
I hate you. It's not good for you. Like,
bro, tell us more secrets of the fitness industry.
That's your one secret. Everything else is not free. My point is, they want to go back to push-ups, sit-ups, and a 2-mile run after spending hundreds of millions of dollars rolling this out, which is, in true Congress fashion, the dumbest thing I've ever heard, and absolutely a waste of taxpayer money. Because if they're going to do that, they have to do another 3-year development and then rollout process to go back to the test that we used to do a year ago.
Why are they doing it? I have a theory, but these people aren't passing the test, right?
Well, they've changed the test multiple times.
Yeah,
but
for sure. But there's two different things. So in the military, you plan the test, like you. Like I knew, like, in the Marine Corps, where we would do real fitness.
Tell me about it.
We would do 20 pull-ups.
You guys did crunches.
Stop. We did 20 pull-ups. We believe crunches are good for you. They're not against your trunk or whatever you
They're
said.
better than sit-ups, I'll give you that.
And so we would do 20 pull-ups, 100 sit-ups, and then an 18-minute 3-mile run was perfect. Now your boy, I was kicking around 19 to 20, but I knew if I got those 20 pull-ups, it's a wrap.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Points are all the same. Now, the Marine Corps is not allergic to succeeding the way the Army is, but do they keep changing the test because overwhelmingly people aren't passing it, or because the overall fitness of the military as a whole is down?
I will say it's probably a little bit of two things, right?
Okay.
We're actually testing fitness.
Yeah, no, I mean the old test isn't actually
The old
best test.
Everyone I know knows one dude who's a crusty first sergeant, platoon sergeant, sergeant major, right?
Yeah.
Who's smoking a pack of cigarettes beforehand.
Yeah.
And knocking out a 300 on the APFT.
Yeah.
Because he's been doing it for 15 years, and because his body is just ready to do that any day, doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But he's not fit, can't lift 100 pounds off the ground, right? Like, that's a real thing. The ACFT is coming in and crushing that guy. It's crushing all these new recruits because it's a real fitness standard.
Because it's functional fitness?
It's functional, yeah. I mean, it's the
Use your
comparison.
I'm really asking.
The comparison they're making is to CrossFit, right? Because it's very CrossFit-esque.
Oh.
But I mean, if you really consider CrossFit, which I don't do CrossFit, I'm not a big fan of
just gonna
CrossFit.
give people Anavar? What?
It's think about when CrossFit first rolled out, people were getting hurt left and right. And so they started putting limitations and kind of checkpoints on how people could do it. And now, I mean, all due respect to CrossFit, it is turning grandmas into athletes.
Yeah.
Like, no crap. There's nothing else out there.
And Erik loves a hot grandma. Dude.
There's nothing else out there that's doing it, man.
Yeah.
Like, so I will give CrossFit respect where respect is due.
Yeah.
But they had growing pains.
Yeah.
And the Congress right now on the Senate side is not allowing the Army to have growing pains.
So how would you fix this?
I actually like what the House has proposed. So the House has proposed a completely separate bill, one standard across the board. But this was supposed to be in the beginning. It was supposed to be based off of your job code. If you were in a combat job, there's one standard.
Okay.
It doesn't matter if you're male, female, old, young. If you're doing the job, you have to do the job.
Yeah.
Love it. And Congress on the House side is trying to go back to that.
Okay.
So they want to keep the ACFT, and they want to have one standard across the board for all combat MOSs, which is how it should be.
Regardless of gender.
Regardless of gender.
Interesting.
I think they say sex now. You should keep up with the...
Easy.
And age.
I don't have any time for your nonsense right now.
And it's going to be painful, right? It is going to hurt, but that's what it should be, because if we're actually training to the standard of a combat-related job, then it shouldn't matter who you are, what you are, right? You should be able to do that job.
Yeah.
And I'm supporting that. I'm all in on that, and it actually is really interesting how it folds into, like, the Army's going in the right path, and Congress kind of just needs to let them do it, because they rolled out this H2F program, which is the holistic fitness and wellness program for all soldiers. It means now the Army is actually trying to give a crap about your nutrition, about your sleep. Now, the command has to follow suit, right? But the Army's saying you should be getting this much sleep, you should be getting this much nutrition. Here's a nutritionist that we can plug you in with. And so it's like the Army is actually going that direction where they're actually being preventative when it comes to health and fitness.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot. And then, I mean, lack of caring, the Senate's trying to shut it down.
Well, hopefully our government will lead us through the darkness of this night, but
Yeah.
I don't know. If there's anyone I trust in fitness, it's Erik.